Yeah, guys, I just want to remind everybody for the Guardians game Friday, it is on WKYC against the Tigers starting at 7 p.m., so make sure you tune in. Our upstairs channel has it, and you're going to want to watch it on WKYC.
Fireworks and Guardians baseball. Name a better combo, guys. All right, since the show started, literally since we have been on the air, the Milwaukee Bucks have made at least two incredibly noteworthy moves. They signed Miles Turner, the center from the Indiana Pacers, who spent his first 10 years of his career in Indiana, helping lead them to the NBA Finals this season, to a 4-year, $107 million deal. In part to do this, they had to waive Damian Lillard, who had 3 years, $313 million left on his contract. Lillard, 35 years old, is expected to miss the entire season, coming off an Achilles injury, and then they'd have to pay him 40-ish million as a 36 and 37-year-old. The Jimmy Haslam factor in Milwaukee certainly helps pay for that, to spread out and give him that money up front. Some other Eastern Conference moves that have made other teams better. The Knicks signed Jordan Clarkson. They don't have a head coach, but they continue to make offseason moves.
They got Jordan Clarkson.
They signed Jordan Clarkson last night. The Hawks got Nickeil Alexander and Luke Kennard to add to their staple of wings. The Magic are losing a couple guys in free agency, but they obviously made the big Desmond Bane trade earlier. The Bucks also re-signed Gary Trent and Taurean Prince. There's been so much movement in the Eastern Conference that the latest FanDuel odds have shifted to the point where the Cavs are no longer the favorites in the East. The New York Knicks, despite not having a coach, have actually surpassed Cleveland. As of this morning, the Knicks were plus 280 to win the East. The Cavs plus 310, the Magic plus 390, and the Hawks plus 950. So, Tyvis, when you see all these moves happening, these teams in the East getting better, some getting worse, do you still think the Cavs are the favorites now that we've seen some of these newly assembled rosters in New York, Orlando, Atlanta, and Milwaukee?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what the difference between the Cavs and the Hawks and Orlando and Miami and all those other teams?
What?
They have chemistry already. They've already played together. All these other guys have to figure it out. Don't get me wrong. There's been many success stories of guys making trades in the offseason. They got this entire offseason to hoop together and get that chemistry. But eternally, the Cavs got the same players essentially starting, same system, same coach, same guys. And, by the way, you've seen all the success that it had. So I think that from that standpoint, I would definitely continue to have the Cavs as the favorite. But the Hawks and Orlando and Knicks and all those teams, they're close. They're right there on you. It's not like they just going to roll out and let you just take it. We know at the beginning of last season the Hawks gave the Cavs problems with their length. Oh, they were just so tall. So if that's the case.
They got taller and longer.
Exactly. So if that's the case and that's what the Cavs are going to struggle with, then, yeah, that ultimately become a problem. But until then, I'd still get the Cavs to favorite. I'd let the Cavs be the favorite.
G.
I was stuck for a minute because I thought I seen Travis Kelce got traded to the Nuggets, but it was Jonas Valanciunas
You see the
that got
CH.
traded to the Nuggets.
For Dario Saric.
Man. Let me ask y'all a question. The Cavs lost to the Knicks. How many games the Cavs win in the playoffs a couple of years?
1.
2 years ago,
Yeah. 4-1, right?
it was 4-1.
Knicks is a better team than that team, right?
Knicks is a better team than the Cavs team?
No, Knicks was a better team now than they were back then when they beat them 4-1.
Yes.
Cavs is a little better too, I would say that.
Yes.
The Knicks went to,
They don't have a coach right now.
they'll get one. I think basketball coaches are, if you ain't got a football coach, you're done. If you ain't got a basketball coach,
You're done.
you're done. But you can,
No, you're
you
done.
can figure some things out. You can get one. They'll get one.
There's a
lot of
big
street
difference
ball.
in
Yeah,
levels of
yes.
playoff coaching.
And we turn the roster.
We can't give Rick Carlisle all that credit for
Yeah, no, he's
doing what he did in Indiana.
at the highest
and
level.
then
It
be
matters.
like, you know what? It actually doesn't matter.
At the highest level, it does matter. But the Knicks did go to the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
Yep.
It did.
And they lost to the Pacers. How many games did they win? 3?
2.
Okay. So the Knicks have been farther than the Cavs in every single year. To them, they're knocking at the door way
Not
louder.
last
No,
year.
they didn't go last year.
Not last year. I think they all bowed out in the same
round. Knicks lost to Indiana last year in the playoffs.
Cavs
And then
lost to Baltimore.
Pacers lost to the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals.
They
They both lost in the Eastern
didn't
Conference semis.
who no, they I thought the Knicks beat the Celtics.
No, that was this year.
This year.
This year. That's what I'm saying.
No, we talking about last
Oh
year.
no. This year I was talking about this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Knicks feel like they knocking on the door. They feel like we're there. We got Cat. We'll figure it out. Bridges was first year. Cat was first year. They needed to work it. Anunoby was in and out of the lineup. Jalen Brunson, obviously, he was banged up a little bit. They feel like they on the cusp of it. And then I'm like, dang, I got Jordan Clarkson too. From roster standpoint,
It's a good move. Clarkson's a good move.
very good move. Roster standpoint, I like the Knicks roster. We'll figure out what they're doing as a head coach. But for me,
What if they?
I got the Cavs somewhere in that 2 range, but I still need more moves. I want some more stuff.
What if the Cavs start Hunter?
I would like to start lineup better. I'm a 2K type dude. I would like to start lineup, but I still need some other stuff.
You got Merrill, Lonzo, and Strus coming off the bench.
I need some size.
They do need another big.
They definitely need
they
that.
do need
some
some
size.
Who is
I
they?
do think their backup
Mitchell
center
Robinson is their backup center for
for the Knicks. Yeah, even though I think he'll start and they'll put Cat at the 4.
Man, I can't keep
I
saying that.
actually like that matchup better. If Jared Allen can hang with Mitchell Robinson,
He
That's,
can't.
that's not a good
He
matchup.
can't.
That's a bad
If
matchup.
He can't.
If he
Bad-
not get
bad
punked,
matchup.
It's already been
We've seen
decided.
that before.
I'm just saying.
He can't.
If
His
he don't get punked, then
and his heart
it'll
of hearts.
work. It'll work. If he don't get punked, it'll work.
That individual matchup's tough.
It's sad.
It's tough.
It's the only thing that I actually got
Mitchell
a problem
Robinson might be the best offensive rebounder in basketball. That dude's an absolute freak when it comes to
You
getting
know,
the ball in
another
the
person that's
offensive
a good
glass.
rebounder that nobody talks about, he's actually a former Cav.
Josh Hart,
Andre Drummond.
great rebounder.
Josh Hart destroys the Cavs too.
Yeah, he's
he
a
bullies
Cavs
the
killer.
Get out of here.
When you look at the East, Atlanta got good. Now they're
Oh, my
banking on
goodness.
Kristaps Porzingis being healthy, which, by the way, we still have not gotten any real information on why he missed the majority of the second half of last season.
Yeah.
Some sort of weird injury, illness.
I don't know.
I have no clue.
He was just.
Boston people, usually when you trade a guy, it comes out like, oh, yeah, by the way, the reason he didn't play was X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
We haven't even got that story, which scares me because they're making a gigantic leap of faith that he'll be healthy. But if he's healthy,
He ain't.
if you could put alongside Trae Young, who, you know I'm not a fan of Trae Young, but this is the perfect lineup around Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson,
And Jalen Johnson was a monster before he got
Nickeil
hurt.
Walker Alexander, Reese Shea, who was the number 1 overall pick.
How did he do this year?
Solid. Not great, but solid.
Well, I mean,
It was a smaller rookie class, like not a great rookie class. So they got better.
usually,
the Magic got
usually
better.
those number 1
The
picks
Knicks got
take off
better.
in a year or two.
But at the end of the day, like, it's still the Cavs. Oh, we forgot to get the mic. Here comes Ant to get the mic. It's all good. What's up, Ant? The Cavs still have, and there's Earl. What up? I didn't see her. I just saw Ant walk that way. I didn't see Earl pop out from behind the glass. No, listen. The Cavs, I do think, as we mentioned earlier with the Ty Jerome discussion, are slightly worse now than they were a week ago. Losing Ty Jerome, I do think, is a downgrade for the Cavs roster.
Yes.
Other teams have gotten better. The odds right now between the Knicks and the Cavs on FanDuel, it's plus 280 versus plus 310. It's basically the same. I still think the Cavs have a move to make, and I think they can turn one of the excess of wings. They have an excess of 2s and 3s now and a lack of bigs. I think there's a move, and I don't know what it is. I'll concoct it for you at some point this week, G. I'm not going to do it without you, I promise. But there is some sort of move to get another big in there. But I think a lot of people out talking Cavs basketball who are determined to bring in just a backup big for the sake of a backup big, I think the lack of creators and ball handlers now is a bigger issue than just having a backup center.
Yeah, I think the Cavs got a little more robotic. They got I look at their lineup. Like if I'm playing the Cavs, I'm like, man, I ain't about to come out here and just give us no buckets. Like they got to play a certain way. I think, and then the thing too, you got to realize, I mean, Darius Garland's gonna be out to win December.
If it goes as long as, we're talking about Deshaun, the full timeline.
Yeah.
If it takes as long as they say it could, and then they're extra cautious.
And then there's no setbacks. There's no pain, no swelling, no like we just I like it's just one of them things. It's like I consider that is look, he's not when you get injured that like you have off-season injuries and the fact that the off-season is very, very, very short for basketball. It seems like it's like 2 days. and then they back to practicing in September for camp. I just naturally assumed that the way the Cavs handle things, and they're on the cautious side, they're not going to risk him. They're not going to push him out there. So you're going to get Darius Garland. Then you got to talk about the conditioning because he's not going to be running and jumping and doing anything.
He's going to have 3 months at minimum in the regular season. At minimum,
he'll
work his way back.
He'll work his way back into
setback. I'm not too worried.
Working his way back into it at the end of the season. So for me. We talked about the chemistry. I need them to be playing a cohesive type of way then.
Yeah.
Because I need them to gel so that they understand that, okay, when we bring Darius back in, it ain't a culture shock like, oh, Darius got the ball down. Like,
couple other moves that are not Cavs related, but the Rockets signed Dorian Finney-Smith. Signed Clint Capella. They have a roster full of long, athletic, talented wings, and now they have a 3-center rotation of Şengün, Steven Adams, and Clint Capella. They can play a totally different style depending on the matchup. And the Nuggets, who just traded for Jonas Valanciunas, also traded Michael Porter Jr. and a future unprotected first-round pick in 2032 to the Nets for Cam Johnson, a guy we had spoken a ton about in the past. Cam Johnson with Jokic is going to be an absolutely perfect fit.
Better three-point shooter, less streaky than Porter.
Oh, no, MPJ had like some type of shoulder thing.
At the end of the season, he had a shoulder injury.
But
he's a sniper when he's healthy.
And he get them rebounds.
He got a back. He's
got some legit injury history.
Now, here's what I'm going to say about these.
His brother's in jail and the other one's banned from the NBA.
That's wild. How you that? Well, I don't know.
I don't want to speak on that.
He got to drop. He got to keep the thing straight he got to hold it down for the family.
I'll tell you this.
It's not a max deal. I mean, he's got plenty of money.
He got to hold it down.
Man,
it's a great trade for the Nuggets. Like, Cam Johnson's one of those guys. When they traded for Aaron Gordon a couple of years ago, Aaron Gordon was miscast in Orlando. He was solid but not great. Goes to Denver, plays with Jokic, finds this new role that now every team is trying to essentially find their version of Aaron Gordon. I think Cam Johnson, who was awesome with Phoenix on their their NBA Finals run a couple years ago.
6-man though?
Yeah, but he's not a star. Like, Cam Johnson's not a leading guy.
He's a real good glue.
He's an elite role player.
Yeah.
And when he's around and surrounded by guys like Jokic who can generate open shots for him and he can just do what he's needed to do and not asked to do too much, he's going to thrive in that role.
Rockets got good quick.
So the Nuggets going to be in it for the West?
No.
I think they're the third best team in the West.
I think the Rockets could beat the Oklahoma City Thunder.
They got some guys that have to step up.
When you got Şengün, you got KD.
Van Vliet.
I like Van Vliet. They got Amen Thompson.
Smith.
And these dudes is going to be out there moving around guarding all the. See, KD ain't elite defensively no more, but the fact that they got all these goons at center is messed up. Because Şengün plays low-key dirty. They still got Steven Adams.
Strongest dude in the league.
The strongest. Listen, he's Aquaman. And they just keep. I'm like, bro, I like the Rockets.
You forgot some of the wins. They still have Tari Eason, Jabari Smith Jr., Cam Whitmore.
And they got a good coach.
And by the way, they also drafted Reed Sheppard third overall last year, who didn't play at all as a rookie, who's now going to get an opportunity to step in and take some shots because Jalen Green's in Phoenix, excuse me. That team got quick, fast. That GM's
nice.
Rod Stone, their general manager. He's been on a heater. But the NBA is certainly changing. Last thing with the Bucks. We mentioned the Miles Turner move. They're stretching Dame Lillard over 3 years, buying him out. Do you think Miles Turner is enough to keep Giannis happy?
No,
keep him in Milwaukee?
Because Chris Hayes just reported that Giannis is mad about it. I just seen it. There it is.
Well,
all right then. I holler at y'all. Hallelujah, holla back.
Fire up the ESPN trade machine.
Hey, listen, man.
The Cavs it would take 15 loops for the Cavs to get Giannis.
You already know I'm looking at you inside of your face. I was looking at
you. Is it possible?
Like this.
Take 15 moves.
Possible, yes. Is it incredibly difficult? Also, yes.
So if the Cavs got Giannis,
hey, bring me another dude in here to talk about impossible trades. Come on now, get him hooked up. I want to talk impossible Cavs trades.